Hey, happy Monday once again. I hope everyone had a fantastic holiday weekend and is recovered from the 4th. And now we got those 4th of July decorations cleared out, so school supplies are rolling into the stores, and that seems unbelievable. I don't know about you, but our summer has been pretty much a non-stop rush. It's been fun. I had my expectations where they needed to be. I knew there would be no break in summer break this year. Just for example, this week we've got acting camp, day camp, swim lessons, football starts later this week, dance a couple nights. It's just constant. So we've just decided that's the way it is, and we're gonna try and embrace it. Anyway, my name is Lainey Stump. I help people make better choices in the food they eat and the products that they use all summer long. Easy steps to wellness, and we're on week 7. So we have 7 weeks of material that you can find to hopefully finish the summer healthier than when you started. And this week we are talking about healthy snacking. What do you do when you have a snack attack? Has this ever happened to you? You're out and about and running your errands, doing the things, and all of a sudden you're pretty much hangry, and that's when you make the bad choices, the drive-through choices, the milkshake choices, the donut choices, and because you gotta eat, and you gotta eat now, and to be healthy, your body needs to be chewing on something like every 3 to 4 hours, and you go much longer than that, and that's hangry time. So not saying you have to have a meal every 3 to 4 hours, but you should have something, especially with something with protein. And if you're not prepared, it's like all sense and reason tends to go out the door when you get hangry. So that can truly be one of the biggest tripping hazards to healthy eating. But not all snacks are created equal. So this week I'm going to try and go live every day and give you some healthy snack options, how we cook around here, and what we do. But today I'm going to talk about how we should probably be avoiding the packaged snacks. The further food is from its original form, the less nutritious it's going to be. Interesting and sad is that once a culture adopts a more Western processed food style of eating, their health usually starts declining within a couple years. And we're leading the way with that. Yay! You've probably heard we want to avoid the middle of the grocery store. You want to shop around the perimeter of the grocery store. There's a few things that in the middle is fine, but for the most part, you want the bulk of your cart to be filled up with the things you find on the outside of the grocery store. Now, I know those little 100-calorie packs are convenient to have in the car, have in your purse, but that's a perfect example that it's not about the quantity of calories, but the quality of calories. You want the quality of your calories to count more than how many calories you're eating. Most processed foods are usually really high in sugar, especially in relation to other nutrients, and full of additives, full of preservatives. And what is a preservative? It's something that's designed to be in food to make it last a long time. It lasts a long time in your own body. So that's not something that you want, because once you're putting preservatives in, you're starting to mess up your health. So the carbohydrates in most packaged snacks have been processed beyond recognition, and so they're naturally lower in fiber, and they take less energy to eat, and they take less energy for your body to digest. And in thinking about that, I just picture like when everyone was getting a Wii a few years ago. In the beginning, they're all like, oh, this is a great health tool. They're like, swinging the thing around and look at all the exercise. And like within a couple weeks, they're like laying on the couch and like barely moving their wrist. That's kind of what your body does when it eats junk food. It just lays on the couch and doesn't even like have to work hard to digest it in the first place. So if you contrast that with like celery, it actually, when you eat celery, you actually burn more calories than you're consuming. Now I know celery's not terribly exciting. No one is like, "What, celery?" But still, just shows real food versus packaged food. One of the buzzes is trans fats. Avoid the trans fats. Well, trans fats are what is derived from cheap oils that's in packaged food. And so that you don't want that if you're really trying to avoid the trans fats. Have you tried to get the BPA free water bottles and plastics that you have? Which is good. BPA is made from crude oil, which is used to kill lab rats. So, no one needs some of that. But the packaging in the plastic foods or not plastic foods. Well, it's kind of like plastic food, but the plastic packaging that foods are in is usually full of BPA plastics. So you got it out of your water bottle, but it's still covering, your chips. So also the additives and sugar in those foods actually make them more addictive. The preservatives, additives, they've been made in a lab and are designed to be rewarding to your brain and override your common sense. So have you ever had that feeling of like, oh my goodness, this is awesome, I can't stop eating, what is going on? It was designed to do that, which, so we don't want to give food that kind of power, right? And finally, watch out for foods that, for lack of a better term, are kind of health wash. The packaging, it looks like it's healthy. So you're like, oh, I'm going to have quinoa chips or veggie straws instead of just Pringles. Chances are they have fillers, starches that are really no better than sugar. So again, look at the labels, flip it over. If you can't pronounce it, if you don't know what it is, it's best to pass on that. So tomorrow I'm going to raid my pantry and I'm going to show you some options that we have around the house that we just get at our local grocery store that is what the Stumps eat for snacks. So anyway, hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day and I will see you tomorrow.